with the lockdown in the months of April and May, obviously the industry was severely impacted, which was seen in the last quarter results, both on the top line and bottom line of all the players. In addition, the migration of the labor back to their homes has also had an impact in some of our working in our factories. However, the good news is that with the months of July, August and September, things have almost started coming back to 90 to 95% of normalcy. We see that with the festive season around, a buoyancy now in the market. In the industry, we are seeing some shifts. One, we are seeing a faster growth coming in the smaller towns and markets. We are also seeing a higher amount of exterior painting compared to interior painting, where people are still hesitant to paint their homes. However, early trends in October seem to indicate that there are a few customers who would like to paint their home even during the pandemic.
The transport industry was anyways going through a rough patch since last year due to BS4 to BS6 transition, where we skipped the entire generation, high GST of 28% on the commercial vehicles, no vehicle scrappage policy and liquidity crunch. But this pandemic dealt a further blow to the commercial vehicle industry in India. The commercial vehicle production in India has dipped by 30% over last year. But the government's focus on infrastructure spend has led to a demand revival in the trucks and construction equipment. But since the public transport is not considered safe by the people, there has been a high impact on bus business. Neither there is a demand for new buses, nor there is a service revenue coming in because the existing buses are not on the track. So overall, the transport industry has been hit hard by COVID-19.
Carbon black industry has major business relationship with tire industry and in turn with automobile industry. Carbon black also find its application in paint, ink, coating, plastic and so many other industries. Automobile is one of the worst affected industries in the world due to COVID. In India during Q1 FY21, in April and May, we have seen very poor performance of automobile industry, and so was the case with many associated industries like us. However, from June onwards, we have seen certain improvement in demand. That's driven primarily by two-wheeler and entry-level car segment. Incidentally, that is due to COVID because people are preferring personal mode of transportation over public transportation system. However, the mainstay commercial segment is yet to pick up. But I feel with focus of government on the demand side, it's a matter of time commercial segment also will get adequate traction. As such, from Q3 FY21 onwards, we should be seeing substantial improvement in various industries, inclusive of automotive industry.
The COVID-19 pandemic hit the automotive industry when the industry was already going through a slowdown. The recovery from the situation would take some time and will also need support from government policies and regulations. Given the current situation, it would take, according to me, about 4 to 5 years to reach the volumes that the industry accomplished in the year 2018.
India is concerned, we started working along 4 vectors. We started working on customer, cash, cost and people. Our focus was really to try and make sure that while we hold our people, make sure that increments and promotions are given on time, we also try and make sure that we are able to preserve and conserve cash to be able to pay our vendors and suppliers, and also make sure that we were reducing costs structurally to be able to come out as a stronger and more successful company at the end of the operation. Being a number 4 player in the paint market, we realize it's a great opportunity to also use the time to enter into or plan to enter into segments that we had hitherto not played in. So we use this period to really redefine our strategic roadmap and also to start reconnecting with our customers in a much more stronger manner. Of course, digital is the new mantra. And across all the functions and team, the team started looking at how we can leverage digital to start becoming more nimble.
Crisis surely creates new opportunities. It has further strengthened India's position as a global competency hub for technology. It has accelerated digital revolution in the industry, and the myth of work equivalent to workplace is shattered, and thus organizations have become more open to remote working. It has again brought back the focus on the most important resource in the industry, the human resources. With work from home becoming acceptable, it will help all those women in particular who have the capability and competence but have a challenge going to office regularly, thus enhancing inclusion and diversity in the organizations. Admin and real estate costs have decreased and the visibility of talent has further increased. So definitely there is a silver lining to the cloud over here.
From India's point of view as a country, lower crude oil price will help its financial health. As we speak, Forex reserve has already crossed $500 billion. From organization's point of view, one, focus on cost efficiency as well as cash flow management will make a difference to an organization's performance. And to my mind, it will stay beyond COVID period. Second, emergence of virtual platform as an alternate to physical platform. And again, it is likely to stay beyond COVID period. Third, we are likely to see emergence of quite a few technology companies in the area of artificial intelligence, data analytics, robotics, machine learning, and so on. Fourth, as a strategy, we'll see many companies are moving away from manual processes towards digitized, automated processes. On the talent side, possibly many corporations can look at acquiring good talents at this point of time. And finally, to my mind, big global companies will look for alternate manufacturing base as part of their China Plus One strategy. And India as a country should grab that opportunity to emerge as a strong global economy, and I'm sure it will be sustainable.
If you try searching for a silver lining in the current situation, I think the way people perceive transportation will see a larger shift because of the pandemic. In India, two-wheelers have always been one of the most vital sectors. If you speak data-wise, two-wheelers sold in India reached an all-time high of 2018 when India's auto industry sold some 21 million units, producing about 25 million units. This figure was almost double the 2011 sales figure when just 11.7 million two-wheelers were sold in India. Though the recent months have been a little slow, we can expect the two-wheeler segment to play a vital role in becoming the automotive sector post-COVID-19 by providing affordable personal mobility alternatives. Apart from this, we will see a continued growth in autonomous, connected and electric vehicles globally. This will also give a push to adoption of EVs from electric cycles to electric scooters to electric cars. While different governments will react differently across countries, some will use the collapse of the oil-based economy to focus on sustainable mobility. Some countries like India will be forced to support the hailing automotive industries. Nevertheless, India will see a significant focus on clean mobility and an increase in the adoption of electric vehicles in the years to come.
It is very important for every leader to be more empathetic. Given the fact that a lot of people are now working from home and the line between the home and office is a very thin line, it's important to understand that, appreciate that and support the team members. Of course, given the nature of the virus and the fact that a lot of family members, friends, etc. are going through hospital, it's also important to look at the mental health. Offering support like we've done to make sure that you're able to get a doctor. So we've got a visit app where any employee can call a doctor quickly in case he or she contracts the virus, and also make sure that they are also able to support the family members is another important prerequisite. It is very important for the team to get an understanding of what's happening in the company, and hence the people strategy also required the leadership team to make sure that we got on a weekly call where our comms team really helped to set up a very strong framework where we were able to have a 360-degree contact with all the people. At the end of the day, people in our business are critical success factors to success, and hence making sure that we have a very clear people strategy, not just during the pandemic but post the pandemic, is also an important lever.
In the new normal, the people strategy is definitely undergoing a change. First of all, we'll have more agile workforce models going forward. There'll be higher technology adoption in HR. Definition of key talent is undergoing a change. Even the leadership competences will undergo a change in the new normal going forward. More focus would be on learning agility and building partnerships with external ecosystem. Rewards philosophy shall become more flexible and more principle based rather than strict rule based, and employee relations will have newer dimensions.
To my mind, the most important one is to develop an alternate business continuity plan, keeping in mind possible unavailability of people due to COVID. Second, as more and more organizations move towards virtual platform, it is important that its workforce imbibe the culture of working on virtual platform. Third, with virtual platform becoming a reality, communication will play a major role as strategy, especially for senior leadership to communicate with the rest of the organization, to update them on various dimensions of business, as well as to keep them motivated. Fourth, to support virtual platform will require strong systems and processes, digital systems and processes. And to make that happen, we might see emergence of digital architect in an organization. And lastly, we might see emergence of gig employment as an alternate to full-time employment.
When it comes to people strategy going forward, we at Continental believe in transparent and continuous communication. The power of transparent communication is tremendous during this tough times, not just with employees but with all the stakeholders. It takes a great deal of consciousness from the leaders in the midst of the crisis and upper will to maintain a balance that is either too negative nor overly optimistic. Right from the start of this crisis, the safety of our employees was our topmost priority. The entire organization stood together as a team in handling the situation with a commendable sense of ownership. At Continental, we are conducting virtual counseling sessions to support and guide employees, conducting awareness campaigns to deal with stress, enhance medical assistance and insurance coverage to employees across India. There are several engagement activities going at locations, at the location level too. For example, in our in-house R&D center, which itself has about 4,000 plus young millennial engineers, have been doing online yoga workshop and several contests on a lighter note.